Let's move on once again. A Soyuz MS-26 spacecraft carrying Russian cosmonauts Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner and astronaut Pete Donald Petit returned to Earth after they concluded a 7-month research mission aboard the International Space Station. A NASA video showed the craft landing in Kazakhstan after its descent was slowed by a parachute and ground crews carrying the crew from the spacecraft. Russia's Roscosmos space agency said in a post that its deorbiting and descent to Earth were normal. They orbited the Earth 3,520 times over 220 days in space. According to NASA, they have been conducting research to enhance in-orbit metal 3D printing capabilities, advance water sanitation technologies, explore plant growth under varying water conditions, and investigate fire behavior in microgravity. Let's look at more from the diplomatic world. French President Emmanuel Macron will reportedly be given a state visit to the UK before Donald Trump's expected visit in September. The French president received an invitation from the King to travel to the UK at the end of May, which would be Macron's first state visit to the UK. It comes after US President Donald Trump suggested Buckingham Palace was setting a date for September for him to meet the King. Previously, US presidents who have already made a state visit, such as George W. Bush and Barack Obama, usually have tea or lunch with the monarch at Windsor Castle. But Starmer handed Trump what he had described as a truly historic personal invitation from the King for a second state visit, when he visited the White House in February. We move over to South Asia, where tens of thousands of Afghans have been expelled from Pakistan this month, with over 8,000 having left ahead of April the 30th deadline, according to the United Nations. Islamabad has intensified its campaign to remove undocumented Afghans, saying it can no longer shoulder the burden. Taliban officials say that up to 2 million people may be forced out in the months ahead. In response, Afghanistan's Prime Minister has strongly condemned what he called Pakistan's unilateral measures, warning that they are complicating efforts for a coordinated repatriation. He urged Islamabad to facilitate a dignified return of Afghan refugees. Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dur visited Kabul yesterday for talks aiming to defuse the tensions. Islamabad accuses Kabul of sheltering terrorists responsible for cross-border attacks and claims that the Taliban has rejected. Despite diplomatic outreach, Pakistan insists that the deportation deadline will not be changed. Returning families, many of whom have lived their entire lives in Pakistan, are saying that they are being forced to abandon their homes, belongings and future. Let's listen in to what some migrants had to say.
زه خو بچو لپاره دلته مشته وم اومه بچو باندې به سبق ویلې سکول مې ویلې و چې دلته که سکول خو په یو به وایم که نه سکول بیا به نو اوسي نو